なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
Alright, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. We got another teaser. Part 3 of the anniversary is just around the corner, and they're showing that we're going to be getting a history movie to outline all of the character releases we had from the 7th anniversary onward. Now, the entire community is dead set on maybe 3 possible picks here, and number 1, it seems to be MUI. MUI seems to be the highest pick for people. A couple of the reasons is, number 1, they're interpreting this art as like when the universe was made, the weird little like key universe MUI Goku made before he turned MUI. Second, you'll notice here that it starts with a transforming MUI, and maybe they want to end the year with end all these things with a another MUI Goku. Basically, a lot of things point to it. People are also saying that there are 47 characters shown here, and the 48th character could be MUI because the Tournament of Power went on for 48 minutes. There's a lot of just weird things that could point towards different themes, but this video isn't really about that, right? I hope it isn't an MUI Goku. Don't raise your pitchforks yet. Let me explain to you why. I understand that MUI Goku is the pinnacle of Goku's current forms. I understand that the moral arc is in development, and we need an MUI Goku from the Tournament of Power because, spoiler alert, there are more lavish MUI moments as the super arcs continued. I totally understand. My problem is the way that this game implements MUI Goku. Now, his entire forte is supposed to be he can dodge a lot of attacks, and he's able to, weave in attacks in the middle of him dodging. That was the whole play. But for this game, that is always the most obnoxious thing possible. I don't care what you say, it is always the most frustrating thing to deal with. And the most boring aspect of Legends is always when your opponent does not feel the need to initiate, which you can't really grill them for because this game heavily rewards reactionary playstyles. And what do I mean by that? I mean when the opponent takes the initiative, they open themselves up to making mistakes. They're opening themselves up to being retaliated. They open themselves up to getting caught by some of the funny, random aspects of the game. When you're not the one to initiate, you protect yourself from those things. When you simply react to the openings that the opponent makes, you are less likely to get screwed over by some weird random RNG based aspect of the game. So reactionary playstyles are favored. When you get an MUI Goku, that annoyance is amplified 100-fold. It doesn't matter what time period or what MUI Goku release you look at. Every single time one of them became a mainstay in the meta, like a frequent character that you ran into, it was boring. It was awful. I think the anniversary started off strong with the Gogeta and the Broly, as well as the 2 unique equips, because it did motivate for people to try out different teams, right? We saw the likes of, Red Green, Gogeta, Broly, as well as the Red Broly. We saw a lot of powerful opponent, Green Broly, Legend Rose, Yellow Goku Black. We saw some God Key, Rose, Gogeta, Yellow Goku Black. When we got Part 2, it really did feel like the list of viable characters got even shorter, even though Part 1 of the anniversary wasn't exactly the most diverse thing ever. Like, sure, you saw a couple of characters, but really it came down to 2 or 3 teams that featured at least one of the anniversary headliners. So I don't really know if I could call it the most diverse thing ever, but at the very least it wasn't one individual team. With Part 2, it 100% became one individual team. It's with everything revolving around these two. If the Ultra is MUI Goku, then everything is going to revolve around MUI Goku. And what annoys me is what they could do with this if we're going with an Ultra, especially given how overtuned characters are nowadays. It's 8 years into the game. A character has to virtually do everything in order for them to be decent. But the history of MUI Gokus in this game has always been awful, no matter how you look at it. So we started with the 4th anniversary. This is genuinely where my dislike for the character started. It's with this guy. He had free strike clash winning. He had the auto dodging with the free damage. But even worse is at the time, we did not have quick attack. MUI Goku was completely free. And one of the teams you often ran into was a team featuring him, Android 17 and 18, you know, the bait character that came out before the anniversary, super powerful, and the purple Whis. And a big reason why people use that purple Whis is because Whis generated green cards. At the time, there wasn't that much cover null as you see nowadays. So what happened was people would float with this MUI Goku, just free from damage, free from getting attacked. If you try to use a blast card, they would blast clash you or just take the hit. Or they would use, or if you try to tackle them, they just hit you with a strike. Or they would initiate into a strike clash. They basically had full advantage. When they finally got priority with the character, because you as the player are initiating because you're trying to play the game, they would get priority somehow, and then they would just go to 17 and 18 and spam the green cards to get the cover null. And then remember, this is at a time where they did not have the combo compensation debuffs as strong as it is now. So Android 17 and 18 were just comboing forever. And remember that 17 and 18 have permanent endurance nullification. So even if you went to a character to sort of protect yourself, it didn't matter. They did so much damage, they had the anti-endurance, you're basically screwed every single time. So my hatred for this character started with this guy. Most of you guys weren't around to play the game to know this. You know, we've had a lot of dark chapters in this game's history, but for me, this is one of the worst ones. Then, I'll give you a more recent example. When Ultra UI Goku got his Plat equip, you saw this guy everywhere, and how frustrating was it that at the time they also had the glitch where when the no switching was activated, that the combo would drop. That was not an intended feature. So this guy was basically able to get an ultimate that took away someone's first life for free or killed someone for free. How annoying was that? Even worse is they gave this guy methods of filling up his unique gauge, which then takes me back to the 7th anniversary when we got the transforming MUI Goku. This was easily the worst example. They gave this character way too much, because one of the saving graces for these MUI Gokus was you could deplete the vanish gauge just by sort of stalling it out. It wasn't fun, but you could stall it out. They made this guy replenish his auto dodging gauge every time you swapped. They gave him a locking in counter green. They gave him endurance. They gave him a really powerful blue. They gave him the free damage again with the auto counters. It was just so obnoxious. You guys know it. I know it. 7th anniversary MUI Goku wasn't fun to deal with. He really wasn't. So the thought of all these versions of MUI Goku existing, the heavy overtuning of character kits that we have nowadays, and the idea of an ultra variant of this character just screams, man, that's not going to be fun to deal with. I don't really have any gripes with MUI Goku as a form. Truthfully, I think it's pretty cool, but dealing with the character in this game is just never fun. So if you guys don't like this meta as it is right now, a lot of people hate fighting this guy because it's just too much damn power. It's too free, too much damage, all the overdrive stuff, all the stacking of damage, how vital they feel and how necessary they feel on your team because of how much influence they have. If you heavily hate this guy, I don't know if an Ultra MUI Goku is going to solve your problems. If anything, he might make it all the more frustrating when you see him paired alongside these guys and they're all just juiced up. Now this brings me to my final point. My fear is that the Ultra version of MUI Goku is just going to be the perfect combination of all the MUI Gokus we've seen thus far, just made stronger, and is part of the reason why they felt so comfortable releasing Trunks and Gohan and putting FSK in the featured boost, as well as Zenkaiing the Revival Gohan to the degree that they did. Think about the wombo combo of Red MUI Goku. I wonder if Ultra Instinct is a tag. No, it's not. Okay, I'll go God Key then. Imagine the Strike Clash winning of the Red MUI Goku. How frustrating is that? Then take the free damage of any MUI Goku that you see. The free damage that is able to do. How annoying is that? Then add the part where, what if he's able to win the strike clashes like the original Red MUI Goku? And then add the part where the transforming MUI Goku can replenish his auto dodging gauge via just you swapping out. And then add on, what about if he borrows something from the Ultra UI assigned Goku where he does no switching and draws a free ultimate, but in this case, the ultimate can actually nullify endurance. What if they felt so comfortable with making an MUI so powerful that the only characters they wanted to save from that kind of chaos would be like the Revival Gohans? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? At this point, we need a yellow or a blue Ultra, so maybe one of your saving graces would be the Part 1 characters, because type advantage if you have the red, if it ends up being a yellow Ultra, or in Broly's case, same idea, having the protections that he has. Either way, I don't really know what I was trying to draw with this video. All I know is everyone hopes it's MUI Goku. They really want this really exciting character. I totally get it, but I feel like I'm in the minority where I really hope it isn't him, because looking past the individual pick is the landscape that he leaves behind, and I know it's not going to be fun. And I don't know how rapid power creep is going to be in this game, because it actually has been kind of insane. But the thought of having to deal with an Ultra MUI Goku for quite some time doesn't spell out fun. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You let me know what you're hoping for in the comment section below. I feel like no matter what Ultra pick they go with, it's, you know, Ultra picks don't typically spice up metas. They typically make one signature team come out of any major celebration. So I don't think there is a fun pick to go with. But if it had to be something, and it had to be something that's gonna ruin the meta no matter what, or ruin team diversity no matter what, I think I'd be totally cool with the Spirit Bomb Goku or GT. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be selfless here. Let's lean a little bit more towards GT, just because GT's nowhere to be found. One of it's a universal Spirit Bomb, Kid Goku, and Vegeta prep mode character. I don't care. Just make it something fun. At the end of the day, I trust them to make something cool. I just hope it's not a pain to fight. Let me know what you think. But until next time, guys, random Ryu rant. Peace.